What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's the deal? So happy to be back with y'all again. Welcome to another episode of Let's Argue. I think we got a really good topic today. I hope everybody tune in. So today's topic is and it's inspired by a video that I got, and which I'll play in a moment. Women, do you expect to be treated as an equal if a man is fully providing for you financially? Should you be considered his equal? And I'm not for sure if I titled this particular live podcast appropriately or not, but hopefully you'll get the gist of what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the video and why I found this topic to be I found this topic to be interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and then you let me know what you think. You guys chime in. Again, if you're tuning in from Facebook or YouTube, hashtag I'm outside, let's argue. I know TikTok is going away, but we're gonna see if we can try to capitalize on TikTok before they do. So I need you guys to go to my TikTok page, which is Let's Argue, and go ahead and like it real quick. We're gonna try to run it up until they run it out. But let me go ahead and play this video real quick.
And say, I want a protector and a provider. I want a man. About this as well.
Go ahead. We love
Please.
You're stupid. And I'll tell you guys why. Because you guys, women will sit there, right, and say, I want a protector and a provider. I want a man. I want a guy that can take charge. I want a leader. I want a man that can do X, Y, Z.
Amen.
But in the same breath, you'll sit there and say, it's a partnership. It's a 50-50 partnership. It's we're both breadwinners. We're both equal. So let me get this straight. I gotta make more money than you, be taller than you, be more intelligent than you, more competent than you, protect you in times of danger, have all the responsibility, but you want me to treat you like an equal? Do parents treat their kids like equals? They don't, right? There's a frame immediately. When you walk into a classroom on the first day of school, third grade teacher, do you tell him, hey nigga, give me the apple on the desk, I'm the teacher today? We're both equal.
Yeah.
Like, no, right?
No.
The teacher controls the frame, and there's a certain level of respect, and there's a dynamic. Same thing with men and women, but for some odd reason, I find it interesting that a woman will go to a job, wear a uniform, do what another man tells her to do, without question, right? But then she'll go home, her man will say, stay home, and she'll say, fuck you, and wear what she wants to go to the club.
So, what are your thoughts on that? Now, the last part to me was very interesting. Like he said, your woman to go to the job and do exactly what whatever male is in charge, do exactly what he say. I don't have this problem, but do exactly what he says, then come home and then give her man or a significant other some pushback. But I want to get your thoughts on this. What do you think? How do you feel? Is there a matter of being treated as an equal versus being treated respectfully? Hey, what up, DD? Thank you for tuning in. Hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. We haven't seen you in a while. Don't forget to drop that in the chat window. Understand the assignment. Again, thank you for tuning in. Okay, so this is the thing. Some men are not providing all that he named they should. Okay, true enough. But I think this is the reason I like topics like this, because I think these are topics. I think these are topics that continuously put a divide between men and women. I think these are topics that continuously have us at the table and at odds with one another, and they necessarily shouldn't be. True, women out here getting the bag, and they're making just as much money as the men that they're with. But I do have to say, he do have a point. Like, my question is, if you want, let's just say a man is providing all those things that he said, Didi said that the men are not providing all those things. Okay, let's say if he is providing all those things, and you come into the relationship and you're also making just as much money as he do, No. Let's take that back. So let's take a step back. Let's say you're not making the kind of money that he does, and he's providing for you. He's doing all those things. Should he treat you as his equal? Should you be treated as his equal if he's doing all those things? Should you be treated as his equal? I'm not saying he shouldn't have respect for you, but should you be treated as his equal? And what does that mean? Let's see. Dee says some men are no longer the provider. Some men are no longer the protector, and none of that other. You get up. You came in rare form, Dee. Get on my nerves. You making up for lost time, sis? Oh my God, you are a fool. Okay, you said Didi says, well, when you say equal, I do believe in gender roles. Okay, give me a little bit of background on that. What do you mean gender roles? So I feel like, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, I do feel like he has a point there. So if you want a man to do all of these things, should he be treating you as his equal? If you come into this relationship where a man is providing all those things that he said, and some of the things that women are asking for, should you be treated as his equal? Let's see. Stacy says, the wife says, we are equal as it relates to our standing in the relationship. Both are contributing to the relationship in different capacities. Give me some context and give me some examples of what do you mean by that? So give me some examples. So then my question becomes, is there a difference between being, and I know there is, but I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Is there a difference between being respected and being treated equally? Should I treat you as my equal if I'm doing all of these things for you? And I don't want to make it seem like, because he gave the example, you don't treat your kids as your equal. But I'm not taking care of a kid. I'm taking care of a grown person. I'm providing for a grown person. Let's see. Stacy says a man may pay the bills. The woman is maintaining the home, as an example. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I think my only problem is when women expect or want men to do these things or take care of all these things, and they're basing that. And this is where I feel like one of the problems come in at when you start putting a dollar value on your, I'm just going to be honest. You start putting a dollar value on your box, thinking just because you're a woman and you have what you have between your legs, that entitles you to all those things that come with it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, happy Thursday, cousin. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Go ahead, everybody. Hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. Go ahead and drop that in the chat window. I'm so happy to be back with y'all. I missed y'all. See, the wife says the woman may be the major breadwinner. The man provides protection, plan, and leadership. So like I was saying, my problem is when women expect and think they just off because they're the fact that they're a woman and they have that thing between their leg that we love, that they are entitled to those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, should that be earned? You know what I'm saying? Should that be earned? Or you know what I'm saying? So I want to get y'all feedback on that. So Stacey says the same argument can be made for a man assuming because he has nuts, he is in charge. Agreed. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, I think this is where the disconnect come in. And I think if men stop leading with their money and women stop placing, and some of this, I don't know, is it the chicken before the egg? If women stop placing a dollar amount on their box, if we take all of that out of the equation, and I kind of had this conversation last Sunday at the Velvet Room, which, by the way, we do every Sunday at the Velvet Room at 11 o'clock. I hope you guys come out next Sunday. It is $10 per person, but we're going to have the Lions games. The Lions will be playing the Bills. We'll be at home. That's going to be a good game. It's probably a Super Bowl preview. So y'all come on out, and we're going to have another great topic next Sunday at the Velvet Room. That's 3348 12 Mile in Berkeley. But as I was saying, I agree. What Stacy said, same argument can be made for a man automatically assuming because he has the nuts, he should be in charge. These dynamics and all of these labels and everything, or gender roles or gender expectation, as Dee alluded to earlier, being put on relationship, I think is what continue to causes the gaps and divide between us, keeps allowing us to be comparing our traumas and stuff like that. And then I guess my question is that an unrealistic expectation? Because there are some men who are completely chauvinistic and like, I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be 50-50. We going in, you gonna do your share and I'm gonna do my share. And then there's some men who's taking care of everything. And then there's some relationships where there's a partnership. Both are equally contributing. Sometimes I remember this guy told me one day, a friend of mine I went to school with, he said, I think he was studying at the time to be a pastor, but he told me, he said, relationships or marriages are not built on equality. They're built on equity. You build equity into your home, the things you contribute, and you over time you build equity into your relationship. You know, I was like, I found out that stuck with me. Let's see. Stacy said, to your point, Al, those things are taken off the table. You're left with the partnership. Yeah. When you take those things off the table, I think you're left with a partnership. Now we can start and agree, whether you're in a marriage or just a traditional relationship or untraditional relationships, at some point it does become sort of a business. Like, you do have to figure out the business end of it. We do have to stand on business. We have to figure out how we're going to operate this business, because you're bringing two entrepreneurs to some degree, and I'm just speaking metaphorically here, together. And you're bringing these two businesses together to figure out how they're going to work together. They may operate differently, but you're trying to figure out how can we bring these two businesses together so that we may proceed to move forward and have a sustainable business, right? So then my question is, like I said earlier, equality, like, should you, and that's just basing off of the context of what we just saw here in this video. And I'm going to play it again shortly, but just based off of what we saw in this video, in that context, should a man treat a woman as his equal if he's providing financially? That's my question. I'm going to go ahead and play the video again, though.
Men.
You can blunt about this as well.
Go ahead. We love
Please.
You're stupid. And I'll tell you guys why. Because you guys, women will sit there, right, and say, I want a protector and a provider. I want a man. I want a guy that can take charge. I want a leader. I want a man that can do X, Y, Z.
Amen.
But in the same breath, you'll sit there and say, it's a partnership. It's a 50-50 partnership. It's we're both breadwinners. We're both equal. So let me get this straight. I gotta make more money than you, be taller than you, be more intelligent than you, more competent than you, protect you in times of danger, have all the responsibility, but you want me to treat you like an equal? Do parents treat their kids like equals? They don't, right? There's a frame immediately. When you walk into a classroom on the first day of school, third grade teacher, do you tell him, hey nigga, give me the apple on the desk, I'm the teacher today? we're both equal.
Yeah.
Like, no, right?
No.
The teacher controls the frame, and there's a certain level of respect, and there's a dynamic. Same thing with men and women, but for some odd reason, I find it interesting that a woman will go to a job, wear a uniform, do what another man tells her to do, without question, right? But then she'll go home, her man will say, stay home, and she'll say, fuck you, and wear what she wants to go to the club.
So I think he has a very, some of his points I feel like are valid, and there are substance for this conversation. However, I think he has a very myopic view of the dynamics of a relationship when it comes to that. And again, some of the arguments I've heard from men, women out here saying, oh, I don't need a man because they're getting the bag as well. And I think some of it, it depends on where you are at in your life as well. Like, I think if you have for lack of a better phrase. I hope none of the women get offended by this, but you're seasoned women. You've lived different phases of your life, so you have different experiences, and so your context or your views on certain situations have changed. They're no longer they've evolved. So how you felt as a woman in your 20s, and this goes for men as well, you don't feel the same way in your 30s. You don't feel the same way in your 40s. You don't feel the same way in your 50s. Hey guys, so I got a little homework I need to do. I'm excited about this. So we do have our first sponsor, and I'm so excited about this. It is Janice's Closet, and I'm gonna just read you what we have here for our sponsor. So it's all right, family. You got to check out Janice's Closet, the hottest new Black-owned boutique in Laurel Park Mall, curated by a dynamic team of Black women. They're serving timeless, stylish pieces for women who love to feel confident and classy. It's like stepping into a vibe curated just for us. And because you're listening to this podcast today, you get a 10% off your purchase when you use the promo code PODFAM10. So go support Janice's Closet and tell them Let's Argue sent you. Go holler at Janice's Closet in Laurel Park Mall, guys. Go holler at them. So I'm so excited about our first sponsor. This was great. If you're interested and you have a business and you want us to, donate and have us mention your business, plug your business on the show, let me know. We have some really affordable packages that we can do for you as well. So we talked about Janice's Closet. Definitely go check her out. Use promo code PODFAM10 and you will get 10% off. Let them know that Let's Argue sent you. All right, so let's get back to the I don't know, cousin, but I will find out for you for sure. I will definitely find out for you. So my question is, if a man is doing all of the things that women think they should do, they should be doing as a man, providing and doing all this stuff, and as he mentioned in the video, should you be treated as his equal? Is there a such thing? Should you be treated as equal? Because you don't treat your kids as your equal, to his point. So my question is I don't know if it hinges on equality versus respectability. If I'm phrasing that right. Is there a difference between the two? Can you have them both? Can they both coexist? Are they mutually exclusive? I love that word, by the way. So yeah, that's my question. All right, y'all. So we are doing our plugs. So today's game is being brought to you by Lyrically Correct. This is one of the games we play in, and so this was a little bit tougher. So we're gonna go into this. I know I have some old schoolers on here. LaRonda says, "What's considered equal?" That is a great question, cousin. What is considered equal? That is a great question. What is considered equal? That's the question. What is considered equal? Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to text the lady who's sponsoring the show today to see if she has a website. All right. So my question is, LaRonda, my cousin, proposed a great question. What is considered equal? What's considered equal? I think the way we think about things, of course, is determined by our experience in life, the things that we've gone through. We definitely view things a little different. Whatever we may have done in our 20s, we no longer think in our 30s. Maybe we hold on to some of those values a little bit going into our 30s, but then life experiences teach us a little bit better. And I know this to be the case because when I tell you on my show, Black Marriage Chronicles, which I ask that you tune into, you can also find that on YouTube as well. I've talked to married couples who've been married for some years and got a lot of equity built up in their marriage. the things that they fought with early on in their marriage, they no longer even, those are not battles they're no longer having. You know what I'm saying? So I think your life experiences and things you go through, you just like, I'm not having that battle. All right, let's see what the wife says. Stacy says his example of parent-child doesn't work because in that scenario, the parent has sole responsibility for care. That is not the case in a relationship. I'm gonna give a little pushback on that. Why not? Because from his example, he's taking care of everything. Like you have no, and the same thing with in a parent-child relationship, you have sole responsibility for that person. And this is what he's, according to his example, he has sole responsibility. He's taking care of everything. So in his example, should you be treated as his equal if he's taking care of everything? So I'm stating this from the fact, if he's bringing if he's providing, doing everything, that means he's providing everything, taking care of all the bills, food, everything. Only thing you're doing is cooking. You're cooking the food, maybe. I don't know. It depends. So in that scenario, if he's taking care of everything, this is just me playing devil's advocate. I'm not necessarily condoning or supporting his narrative on this situation. I'm just trying to make sure we keep the conversation going. Based on his scenario, if he's taking care of everything, or there's a man who's taking care of everything, should you be treated as his equal? And I do want to go back to what my cousin said earlier. What is considered equal? What up, HPJ? A woman got a place, a man does too. Absolutely. Let's see. LaRonda says, I personally don't think there's equalization in marriage relationship, especially if he's providing, paying the bills, etc. Yeah. Okay. Cousin, if you can go into a little detail on that, just give me an example, whether it's a personal experience of your own or just an example, a hypothetical. What do you mean you don't think there's a equalization? I would like to, if you could just go ahead and provide a little context for me in that. Hey, if you're just tuning in from Facebook or YouTube or whatever, wherever you're watching from, hashtag I'm outside, let's argue. Go ahead and drop that in the chat window for me. Don't forget, guys, Sunday, we are at the Velvet Room at 3348 12 Mile Road in Berkeley. Come on out. We have the same kind of conversation, but it's in person. There is a little fee attached. It's $10 per person. We have bottomless mimosas and light refreshment, but I hope to see y'all there. And then afterwards, we'll watch the game. It's going to be a great game this Sunday because we have the Lions, the Bills versus our Lions. And I think that's going to be a preview to a Super Bowl matchup. It's going to say a lot about our team. I'm going to go ahead and play this video again one more time, just so you guys, so those who are tuning in can kind of get a little context of what we were talking about.
We love
Please.
it.
You're stupid. And I'll tell you guys why. Because you guys, women will sit there, right, and say, I want a protector and a provider. I want a man. I want a guy that can take charge. I want a leader. I want a man that can do X, Y, Z.
Amen.
But in the same breath, you'll sit there and say, it's a partnership. It's a 50-50 partnership. It's we're both breadwinners. We're both equal. So let me get this straight. I gotta make more money than you, be taller than you, be more intelligent than you, more competent than you, protect you in times of danger, have all the responsibility, but you want me to treat you like an equal? Do parents treat their kids like equals? They don't, right? There's a frame immediately. When you walk into a classroom on the first day of school, third grade teacher, do you tell him, hey nigga, give me the apple on the desk, I'm the teacher today? We're both equal.
Yeah.
Like, no, right?
No.
The teacher controls the frame, and there's a certain level of respect, and there's a dynamic. Same thing with men and women, but for some odd reason, I find it interesting that a woman will go to a job, wear a uniform, do what another man tells her to do, without question, right? But then she'll go home, her man will say, stay home, and she'll say, fuck you, and wear what she wants to go to the club.
All right. I think he has a very myopic view of relationships. I think I can kind of tell what kind of man he is based on just his response to this topic. But I could be wrong. I'm just guessing here. Let's see. LaRonda says a wife or woman should have his back at all times, especially if he's providing for the home. Should be stacking, not spending unnecessarily on bullshit, paying for vacations, taking care of what's necessary inside of the home, etc. Whatever both parties agree to should be applied or agree. I might have mentioned this before on another show, on another episode of Let's Argue, and I thought it was very interesting. So before I actually got Let's Argue started, you guys know that I do Black Marriage Chronicles. So I was talking to a couple that had been married for a good little while. Oh my God, why their name escapes me. Reginald is his name, Reginald Perryman, and his wife's name. Oh my God, I cannot believe I can't remember her name. Sophia, Reginald and Sophia Perryman. She went into this marriage wanting to be a stay-at-home wife. He also wanted a stay-at-home wife. When they first got married or whatever, I'll send you guys and drop a link in this in here as well, just so you guys can check out the podcast, my interview with her. But anyway, just to make a long story short, she worked for a couple years, but they slowly transitioned her being a working mom because they have a disabled daughter as well that they're taking care of. And so they slowly transitioned her from working to being a complete stay-at-home wife, where, speaking to the topic of this show, he takes care of everything. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's providing an allowance. They went into it with that idea, and she said that's working for her. But she also went to some place called Wife School, where she had to learn these ideals, what it meant and took to be a wife, a stay-at-home wife. And there's a whole culture that goes on with this. Like there's a thing. I found it very interesting. So I did a separate interview with her, Sophia, and we talked about Wife School, what it took to be into that. And there was also husband school, because we did kind of go into that as well. She gave me the book, but I just found it very interesting that they went into this with that in mind. And she said when she finally transitioned into being a stay-at-home wife, and she said she came from a long line of women that were stay-at-home wives. I want to say her mother for a brief period of time before I think she said her mother got divorced. So I think for a period of time, and then her grandmother. So she came from a line of stay-at-home wives. But I just thought it was interesting how her and her husband transitioned that. And she said, and I'm sure this just has something to do with God just being at the center of their relationship, that when she was able to make that transition, his income increased almost triple. So it covered what she was bringing into the house. So now because she gave an example, she was able to, when they have parties or whatever, she's able to speak highly of her husband in those circles, which increased his credibility at work, I guess. Yeah. So I just thought it was very interesting just to kind of talk about that. HPJ says he sounds a little like a chauvinist. Yeah, a little bit, because I had to agree with you. I think he does sound a little bit like a chauvinist values. It is a little different, but it's not like, and we got to get out of the mindset just because we don't like we may not like the messenger, we kill the message. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we don't like that. And I don't have anything against this guy. I don't know him or anything like that. I just thought what he said would make for some interesting conversation. So, all right, guys. So remember, we are doing, this is I need my old schoolers to step up here. This is Lyrically Correct. This is the oldies but goodies version. We're going to go ahead and read some of the cards from this game. Yes, HPJ said, yeah, he's definitely right, but spoke too assertive. Yes, I agree, cuz. All right, and happy belated birthday, cousin. And And people get ready. What did the impressions say to get ready for? A, the ride, B, the train, C, the revolution, or D, the bus? And people get ready. What did the impressions say to get ready for? A, the ride, B, the train, C, the revolution. Hey, Kaya. Or D, the bus. I knew you was gonna come through because the train is correct. This right up your alley. All right, so here's the next one. In best of my love, what two things did the emotion say he gave so openly? In best of my love, what two things did the emotion say he gave so openly? Yeah, Kai, the train. Yeah, that's right. You got it right. In best of my love, what two things did the emotion say he gave so openly? If you're just tuning in, I see there's some new people. Hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. Drop that in the chat window. Let's see. Cuz say love and cuz that you on a roll, baby. You on a roll. Love and affection is the correct answer. Love and affection is the correct answer. Let's see what the wife said. Oh, love and affection. That is correct. That is correct. All right, guys. So here's the next one. Earth, Wind, and Fire said shining star is for you to what? A, make a wish. B, see what you could truly be. C, gaze upon. Or D, think about you and me. Yeah, you was close. I gave it to you, baby. That's not quite it, cuz I need you to say the whole thing. Troy, what's up, baby? Yeah, B is the correct answer. See what you can truly be. We got some old schoolers. Y'all know this earth. Y'all know EWF. Y'all old school for sure. See what your life can truly be. That is correct. If you are dancing in your seat, I want you to drop that dancing emoji in the chat window for me. If you are just tuning in, hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. Go ahead and drop that in the chat window. For those of you who are just tuning in, I will give you a little backdrop. I'll play the video so you can also give me your comments about the subject matter today. All right. Here's the next question from the game Lyrically Correct. Your love is my love. My love is your love. What is our love? Your love is my love. My love is your love. And what is our love? Yep. Hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. You just got to put it together, my friend. Thank you, though. Is here to stay. All right, wifey. That is correct. Here to stay. That is correct. Who's the artist? Who was the artist who sung that song? Tell me that. Who was the artist? Anybody challenge question? Who was the artist that sung that song? All right, here's the next one. What does Aretha Franklin do before she puts on her makeup? This is not multiple choice. What does Aretha Franklin do before she puts on her makeup? I'm so happy to be with y'all again. I really enjoy this. Y'all, this going to really be dope when y'all come out to the Velvet Room on Sunday, 3348 12 Mile in Berkeley at 11. We start at 11 o'clock. Kaya say, I have absolutely no clue. The wife say a little prayer for you. That is correct. She say, I hope she washes her face. Say a little prayer for you. That is correct. What is this? Yep. Say a little prayer for you is correct. I know, cousin. I was expecting you to chime in before the wife. All right. Here's the next one. What did Johnny Taylor ask the fellas? This is also not a, you just say, go on, Stacey. All right. What did Johnny Taylor ask the fellas? What did Johnny Taylor ask the fellas? What did Johnny Taylor ask the fellas? I hope y'all couldn't hear that. Anybody? Bueller? Come on. What did Johnny Taylor ask the fellas? Don't y'all be on y'all phone Googling nothing. Let's see. Sean David, should I wear my... You stupid. Oh, give us I can't because it's I'm trying to think if I can sing the melody of the song. Anyway, I'm just gonna give y'all the answer. Sean, you a fool, boy. Should I wear my ring? Kaya said permission to do something. No. Who's making love to your old lady? Who's making love to your old lady? I think that's the how that song go. All right, y'all. All right, so let's get back to the subject matter at hand. All right, so I'm gonna play the video again. You give me your thoughts. Man. If you're just tuning in, hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. Drop that in the chat window.
I'll tell you guys why. Because you guys, women will sit there, right, and say, "I want a protector and a provider. I want a man. I want a guy that can take charge. I want a leader. I want a man that can do X, Y, Z." Amen. But in the same breath, you'll sit there and say, "It's a partnership. It's a 50-50 partnership. It's we're both breadwinners. We're both equal." So let me get this straight. I gotta make more money than you, be taller than you, be more intelligent than you, more competent than you, protect you in times of danger, have all the responsibility, but you want me to treat you like an equal? Do parents treat their kids like equals? They don't, right? There's a frame immediately. When you walk into a classroom on the first day of school, third grade teacher, do you tell him, "Hey nigga, give me the apple on the desk. I'm the teacher today." We're both equal. Yeah. Like, no, right? No. The teacher controls the frame, and there's a certain level of respect, and there's a dynamic. Same thing with men and women, but for some odd reason, I find it interesting that a woman will go to a job, wear a uniform, do what another man tells her to do, without question, right? But then she'll go home, her man will say, "Stay home," and she'll say, "Fuck you," and wear what she wants to go to the club.
All right. So, if again, I am so excited. We do have our first sponsor for our show, Let's Argue, and Black Marriage Chronicles. If you are interested in it and also becoming a sponsor, let me know. We have affordable packages. I mentioned your business or plug whatever it is that you want. But anyway, all right, family, you got to go check out Janice's Closet, the hottest new Black-owned boutique in Laurel Park Mall, curated by a dynamic team of Black women. I love that part. They're serving timeless, stylish pieces for women who love to feel confident and classy. It is like stepping into a vibe curated just for women. And because you're listening to this podcast right here, right now, today, Let's Argue and or Black Marriage Chronicles, they're showing you'll get a 10% discount off your purchase when you use the promo code PODFAM10. So please go support Janice's Closet and tell them we sent you here at Let's Argue. Yes. All right. So I did put Janice's Closet also in the chat window. It's janicescloset.com. I'm already ahead of you, Kyle. So yeah. Just go back to what we were talking about, the guy in the subject matter. Should women be treated as an equal in a relationship that a man is doing having the sole financial responsibility in the relationship? Should you be treated as equal? And then my other question in addition to that is, what is it was actually LaRonda's question. What's considered equal? What's considered equality? And is it possible is equality, if you're not being treated as your equal, does that kind of go into the line of lack of respect in the relationship? So just give me your thoughts on that. What do you think? So again, if you're tuning in, hashtag I'm outside, let's argue. I also put in is if you're interested in the boutique for women, it's called Janice's Closet, janicescloset.com. Go check her out in Laurel Park Mall. So excited for our sponsors, definitely. And if anybody else is interested in sponsoring our show, let me know. Reach out to me. You can reach out to me at Black Marriage Chronicle, without the S on the end, at gmail.com. Or you can reach out to me, so let's argue at gmail.com. Send me some information and I'll get you out a package, the different packages that we offer sponsorship. So Kaya says, so finances make him worth more in the relationship. It's a numbers game. That is what, to me, is at the core. That's where there's always that constant divide, because we constantly putting dollar values on things in a relationship. Let's see. Stacey said, this video, first, he assumes the woman is answering to a man. Her boss could be a woman. Facts. His boss could be a woman, and you're following the direction of your boss to keep a job. This is true. The guy used comparisons that made no sense. Please explain, Kaya. He didn't compare apples to apples. Give us your example. So what do you think? So if a guy is providing all the, and again, I'm just playing devil's advocate, I think he has a very myopic view of relationships. It's not reality. It's not based in reality. Can't get my words out. And I don't think the two have to be mutually exclusive. I think there can be equality and respect in the relationship. Work and parenthood are not the same as in a marriage. Okay. Hey, Kelly. I'm sorry. I thought this was Kelly. Kaya, work and parenthood are not the same in a marriage. Okay. But based on what he said, we just going off the context of what he said in there. So let's lay it out. When you're a parent, you're taking care of all your child's needs, everything. Like, they don't have to want for anything. All they need to do is go to school. Flip side, as a husband or a financial provider, you're taking everything. The only thing the woman has to do is, for the purposes of this conversation, is cook and clean. So tell me, and again, I'm not saying he's right. For the purposes of this conversation, how is that apples to oranges and not apples to apples? Let's see. Stacey says that man can be the leader and respects his partner's role, values her input, etc. I think his mistake of focusing on power and not leadership. Good point, wife. Good point. Absolutely. Good point. Let's see. Kaya says, I agree with roles in a marriage. Your role in a marriage doesn't make you worth more. Absolutely. I totally agree, Kaya. I think it doesn't make you worth more because, like I said, in my conversations with different on Black Marriage Chronicles, in my conversation with marriages, people who are in marriages and they've been in marriage, and I'm talking about got 15, 20 plus 30 years vested in the marriage, the roles change. Like, I remember I was at the dentist's office one day, and there was this woman, she was, working on my mouth, sister. And she mentioned her husband was a prominent lawyer. They had a beautiful home. I want to say it was either in Farmington Hill, West Bloomfield. Everything was good. So he was the sole price. She never had to work. And I want to say this was most of their marriage, or at least over half of their marriage. And I want to say they was married over going on close to 30 years. During that time, he ended up getting sick. So his ability to provide financially significantly decreased, which caused her to have to go back into the work field. The roles change, the dynamic change, the situation change. So in that context, so things changed for them. So she had to go back into the work field. He wasn't able to provide for them financially. And I can't remember if she told me they lost their home or whatever. But I know he had to step back. He wasn't able to provide financially the way he was. So she had to step back because she was a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mom. So she wasn't able to do all the things she was used to doing. Let's see. Kaya says, he was basing equal on who makes more. Right. And again, I don't think that necessarily that shouldn't be the narrative or the agenda. And like I said earlier at the top of the show, I think that's where the divide comes in with men and women, because we start placing, both men and women are guilty of this, dollar values on the substantive things that make up and comprise a relationship. And I think that's where he goes wrong when we both, and I think that's, again, like I said earlier, that's what caused the divide between men and women. And we start comparing and fighting and stuff because we're starting to place a dollar value on the things in a relationship. Kaya says, I'm saying that a husband and wife roles and responsibility don't compare and can't compare to the role of a parent and a child, or an employee, employer, or marriage manager and teammate. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I tend to disagree a little bit just for the based off the context of this conversation, but I kind of see your point. All right, so let's do some more from the game. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. Go ahead and drop that in the chat window. All right, so here's another one. Okay, you disagree. Good. Well, we just going to agree to disagree, because I think for the purposes of this conversation, there is some comparison that are valid in my opinion. Okay. All right. You said his example sucked. All right. Just because you would disagree with him don't mean that there doesn't have any truth in him. But that's just my opinion. And one example, one was his boss. There's no boss in a marriage. Sometimes there is. I'm going to play another video later on. What Kaya said, whatever. All right. What color lights did Parliament mention in flashlight? A, green and neon. B, red and neon. C, yellow and neon. Or D, blue and neon. How many do they compare? I'll go over that. We'll get back to that conversation. What color lights did Parliament mention in flashlight? No, cousin, I can't believe you got that wrong. What color lights did Parliament mention in flashlight? A, green and neon. B, red and neon. C, yellow and neon. Or D, blue and neon. Almost. It's two. You missing one color. You got it half right, cuz. I can't believe y'all know this one. Nope. Neon light. That's true. What color lights did Parliament mention in flashlight? There was two. Green and neon, red and neon, yellow and neon, or blue and neon. A is green and neon. I can't talk today. C is red and neon. Wait a minute, let me start over. Green and neon is A. B, red and neon. C, yellow and neon. Or D, blue and neon. All right, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all it's red and neon. Red and neon. B is the answer. Red and neon. All right, so here's the next one. And Build Me Up, Buttercup, what happens worst of all? Yep. And Build Me Up, Buttercup, what happens worst of all? And Build Me Up, Buttercup, what happens worst of all? This is not a multiple choice answer. And Build Me Up, Buttercup, what happens worst of all? Let Me Down, I'm guessing. No, that is not the answer. That is not the answer. You say that's too old for your blood, cuz? All right, so the answer is you never call. And build me up, Buttercup. What happens worst of all? You never call. All right, so here's the next one. In Cruising, where did Smokey Robinson want to cruise away from? In Cruising, where did Smokey Robinson want to cruise away from? Here, away from here is the correct. All right, ladies. All right, wife and cuz, I see y'all. All right, and away from here is correct. All right, in Rock Me Baby, BB King wanted you to rock him like what? In Rock Me Baby, BB King wanted you to rock him like what? This might be a little, I know this is definitely a little bit too old for my bones. Oh, my blood. No, here is the wrong answer, baby. And Rock Me Baby, BB King wanted you to rock him like what? Here is the wrong answer. Let's see. Ron say seesaw. Seesaw. No, that is not correct. Nope, that is not correct. All right, I'm gonna give y'all like a couple more seconds here on this one, and then I'm gonna give the answer. All right, the answer is like his back ain't got no bones. Like his back ain't got no bones. All right, so here's the next one. In this masquerade, what got in the way when George Benson and his lover tried to talk it over? In this masquerade, what got in the way when George Benson and his lover tried to talk it over? This is a good one. I know this song. Come on, old schoolers. Y'all represent now. Stand up. In this masquerade, the words, that's right. The words got in the way. That is correct. All right. Here's the next one. And Let's Get It On, Marvin Gaye said, we're all what kind of people? A, distant, B, sensitive, C, sensual, or D, loving? And Let's Get It On, Marvin Gaye said, we're all what kind of people? A, distant, B, sensitive, C, sensual, or D, loving? Sensitive is the answer. All right, old schoolers, y'all standing up. Go ahead and drop that in the chat window. Old school represent. Old school stand up. Hashtag old school represent, or hashtag old school. Just put hashtag old school. All right, old schoolers. All right, here's another one. If Peabo Bryson lost your love for any reason, what did he want his record to show? All right, let's see what y'all got this one. And Peabo Bryson's lost your and Peabo Bryson, if Peabo Bryson lost your love for any reason, what did he want his record to show? And I need the exact words. Don't be hyphenating. The wife said, I gave you all the love. All right, I'm gonna give you that one. He gave you all the love I know. Exactly. Yep, that is correct. Go ahead and drop that hashtag in the chat window, baby. Old school, hashtag old school represent. Yes. Thank you. All right, guys. So let's go back to the topic of the show. So I'm going to play this video one more time for those who are just tuning in, give your feedback. So we do want to kind of touch back on what Kaya mentioned earlier. His examples was trash. Let's see. Kaya said, what the hell? What marriage has a boss and a subordinate? This has nothing to do with submission, but submissive in no way makes you subordinate. Students, employees are subordinates. That's their role. I don't see how he or anyone would think that is related. Sounds like he wants a servant who carries the title of a wife. that's an arrangement disguised as a marriage. I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying, that's his reality. And I think the example that he gave, based off the examples that he gave, there's a dynamic there. There's a dynamic there, whether you agree with it or not, which you don't. There's a dynamic there. And those dynamic, there is a sort of a hierarchy. To his point, he was saying, should I treat you as my equal if I'm doing all these things for you? Your boss pays you. You answer to your boss. You provide everything for your kids. They answer to you. You provide everything for them. And his example, and I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying his examples, I get where he's coming from. I don't agree with it, but I get his examples. To me, when you compare them to a relationship, parent and child, student, whatever, I think the examples he gave, there's a dynamic there. Whether you agree with it or not, you know. It pissed y'all off. Kaiser, fuck that. But okay, y'all. I see y'all heated up. Okay. Oh, and I am so glad it evokes this kind of emotion in people, and that we can have this kind of conversation and it still be respectful or whatever, because this is what it's about. That's why it's called Let's Argue. We're gonna give our opinions. And everybody's it's all love. I don't agree with the brother at all. I think he has a very narrow, myopic view of relationships. I think he has to my cousin's point he mentioned earlier, he's sort of a male chauvinist, because the reality in relationships, if I can sum it all up, it is a partnership. I don't care who's the major breadwinner. There is a modicum of respect that needs to be shown to both parties, no matter who's bringing in the money. You're no more my boss than I am your boss. I don't answer to you any more than you answer to me, just because you're making more money. The dynamics have changed. Now, this might have this attitude might have flown in the 60s, maybe even in the 70s, but it's not like that now. It's definitely not like that now. Women are doing their thing, but it's not like they don't want relationships. They don't want a man to have a traditional lead in the marriage or in the relationship. See, Kaya said, I want to meet him and take his money like a boss. Okay. Kaya goes and says, I might find him and show him who the boss is, and then make a video about it. All right. Sound like his argument comes from a chip on his shoulder. He craves power and dominance. And you ladies could absolutely be right. Let's see here. Greg said, if I'm paying all your bills, we are not equal. Uh-oh, here we go. Uh-oh. If I'm paying all your bills, we are not equal. We share control of the household, and your word as the wife and mother always matters. We put on a unified front, and the kids in the house will bend to your will. But I set the agenda and get the final say on things in private. Whoa. All right. Okay, Greg, what up, homeboy? I'm thanking you guys for tapping in, baby. I need more of the fellas to tap in. Ladies, give me your thoughts on what Greg just said. Do you agree with what he just said? If I'm paying all your bills, we are not equal. We share control of the household, and your word as wife and mother always matters. We put on a unified front, I guess in front of the kids, and the house will bend to your will. But I set the agenda and get final say on things in private. The wife said, I'm not mad at Greg's perspective. Okay. All right. That's what's up. That is what's up. So, guys, we will be at the Velvet Room on Sunday, 3348 12 Mile Road in Berkeley. We'll be having a somewhat of a conversation similar to this. I don't know if it'll be the same. Maybe there'll be a continuation of this. I don't know. But fellas, I need y'all to tap in. Later, after that, we're going to hang out and watch the Lions, the Bills versus the Lions. That's going to be a Super Bowl preview. Come on out. It is $10 per person. We'll be serving bottomless mimosas. We'll be serving bottomless mimosas and light refreshments. So come on out and hang out with us. Kaya says, my husband paid all the bills for 30 years and we were equal for 30 years. But here's my question. And LaRonda alluded to this earlier. What's equal? Greg just said if I'm paying all the bills, we're not equal. So what is, maybe we have a misconception of maybe we need to define what equal is. Maybe we need to define what equal is. What's equal in this scenario? What is considered equal? Because I do agree. I like Greg's perspective on this matter, but what is considered equal? Because I think that's maybe where the hang up is coming in at. What got you, got you twisted up, Kaya, the equal part. Greg said, how are we equal if I'm paying all the bills? Okay. All right. Greg stance is respect Howard. No money makes us unequal. Okay. We might have to table this and maybe we have this conversation in person on Sunday at the Velvet Room, 3348 in Berkeley at 11 o'clock, 11:30, somewhere around in there. We're going to start the show. All right. So I'm going to play this one video and I want you guys to give me your feedback on this. Okay. Kaya shoot shots back and say, how are we equal if I'm giving all the birth? All right. Okay. Say said, I think equal causes the problem. I agree. Why? I think equal causes the problem. We both have valuable equity in the relationship, but the man is the lead. All right. Let's play this video real quick.
Money to get her. Love them analogies. She ain't the one. It ain't about what you bought her. It's about what you taught her. If you can continue to teach her and motivate her and elevate her and make her feel like a woman, make her feel omnipotent, make her feel strong. See, when a man and a woman is truly in love, there's an exchange of.
You can't make there's only one omnipotent person, and that is the creator. So I know what he was trying to say there. But anyway.
Power. She becomes his weakness, but he becomes her strength.
You think that men?
Let's play that again. Let me know what you think.
You think that men date out of their financial bracket, though?
If you need money to get her,
love them analogies.
She ain't the one. It ain't about what you bought her. It's about what you taught her. If you can continue to teach her and motivate her and elevate her and make her feel like a woman, make her feel omnipotent, make her feel strong. See, when a man and a woman is truly in love, there's an exchange of power. She becomes his weakness, but he becomes her strength.
You think that men?
So I agree with some of what he said. I agree. There is an exchange of power. There is. And I think that door swings both ways. Of course, a man definitely need. You say, Stacey says, Kaya said he can be the head. I'm cool with that. Doesn't make me unequal to him. And they said, now I can dig his delivery over the other fool. Okay. So I do have a little bit, but I definitely feel what this brother was just coming from. Like there is an exchange of power, but I think where some of the problem comes in at is where you're not talking about it. You're just assuming things and that we might have spoke about this on another show, that gap. Like you need to have these conversations. So there is an exchange of power that needs to be talked about so everybody's on the same page and not just assuming and taking for granted, but the conversation needs to be had, right? Just like he said, when a man makes a woman feel important, makes her feel valued, builds her up, that same thing what a man wants from his woman. Build them up, make them feel strong. We have to be each other's soft place to land. Build each other up. Show each other mutual respect. Don't assume just because I'm making all the money, that while I am the lead and I might have the final say so, don't mean I shouldn't value and respect your decision. Leaders build leaders. You have my back in a way that because I am focused on the goal, you see the whole field. So you be able to warn me of things that I might not see because I am so goal oriented, which is why we need to have the conversation about the playbook. You might not agree on a play, and that's fine. If I call a play in the huddle, to give my football analogy, you don't necessarily agree with the play, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to call a play. I may have to give an audible at some point. And me, because I am the lead, we could come back to the huddle, you may voice your disapproval of that audible, but it was the audible that I called. And respecting my position as the leader has to be paramount in order for the relationship to survive. That doesn't mean I don't talk to you, and that I'm not making it a habit of calling audibles after I'm giving you the play, and then halfway down the line I call it audible. If there's time for me to talk to you about that audible, I need to be able to talk to you about it. There may not be time for that. That doesn't mean you won't be upset about the audible that was called. It don't mean that you don't be upset. And as the lead, the quarterback, the head, the lead, the shot caller, I have to respect that, because the play could have been a fucked up call. It could have been a totally fucked up call, but through trial and error, I begin to earn your trust, because if I call a play and I execute the play, I begin to earn your trust. So now you're okay with me calling audibles because I'm talking to you about it. And now I've earned enough of your trust. Well, you know what? You called the audible. It didn't work out. It's okay. Guess what? You're going to give me some love, some loving, and we going to move on. I just don't need to make it a habit of calling audibles, especially if I haven't kind of at least talked to you about it, got your input about it. I think that's where the equality comes in at, because if you don't consider me enough as your equal to consult me, we got a problem. Or if I don't consider you enough as my equal to at least get your input, that's where I think we got to hang up with the equality part. You say, all right. So I think that's where the hang up comes with the equality part. When you don't value me enough as a partner to even get my input, whether you agree with it or not, whether you use that to, whether I use that in the huddle to execute the play or not, is irrelevant. I need to at least bring you into the conversation, right? So we're going to do one more from the game, and then we're going to wrap everything up. So guys, again, don't forget, we will be at the Velvet Room 3348 12 Mile in Berkeley on Sunday. We do it every Sunday. We'll have a conversation. Maybe it'll be a continuation of this conversation. I don't know, but we have just be on the lookout for it. We're going to have an interesting topic. And later we're going to watch the game. We're going to stay behind and watch the game. The Bills be here in Detroit playing our own Detroit Lions, who are 11-1. Can you believe it? Or is it 12-1? I think it's 11-1. But anyway, we got one loss. This could be a potential Super Bowl matchup. So come in the building. It is $10 to get in, $10 per person. We got we have bottomless mimosas and light refreshments. So come on out and check us out. And I do want to give my sponsor a plug one more time before we end the show. All right, family, you got to come check out Janice's Closet. It is the hottest new Black-owned boutique in Laurel Park Mall, curated by a dynamic team of Black women. Sisters, go ahead and do your thing. They're serving timeless, stylish pieces for women who love to feel confident and classy. It is like stepping into a vibe curated just for women. And because you're listening to Let's Argue today, You will receive a 10% love discount off your purchase when you use the promo code PODFAM10. So please go and support Janice's Closet and tell them Let's Argue sent you. Go support Janice's Closet. Yep. Kaya said, everyone come out. I call a flag on the play. What flag is you calling? All right. So here's a couple more from the game. And I'll take you there. Which instrument did the Staple Singers want you to play? A, the piano, B, the saxophone, D, the drum, or C, the drum, or D, the guitar. And I'll take you there. Which instrument did the Staple Singers want you to play? The piano. All right, cuz, there you go. The piano is correct. Let's see what else. Stacy came in. Piano. That is correct. All right. In Living for the City, the boy Stevie Wonder sang about was born in which state? All right, old school, step up. If you got that right, just put hashtag old school. In Living for the City, the boy Stevie Wonder sang about was born in which state? Mississippi. Oh, cuz you got that wrong. No, it wasn't New York City. It was Mississippi. All right, wifey. I see you got it. Go ahead. If you got it right, hashtag old school. All right, here's the next one. Sam Cooke said he was born by the river in what? Sam Cooke said he was born by the river in what? You might have to scratch off your daddy's records or your mama's records and ask them about this one. Sam Cooke said he was born by the river in what? Oh, a little tent. I'm going to get that to you, Stacy, a little shack. I'm going to get that to you, wifing. Shack and tent. No difference there. All right. Which state was on Ray Charles' mind? This is a gimme here. I don't like this one, but we're going to read. I'm going to give one more because that one's too easy. Which state was on Ray Charles's mind? Georgia. Oh, Georgia. That is correct, cuz. All right. She says, yep, Georgia is correct. All right. After turning off the lights, what did Teddy Pendergrass want you to do? Oh, Teddy. Turn them off. Light a candle is correct. Light a candle is correct. All right. Light a candle is correct. All right, so here's the last one, y'all. Okay. According to Aretha Franklin, your kisses are as sweet as honey, and so is her what? A, love, B, money, C, voice, D, hug. I think this is an appropriate way to go out. According to Aretha Franklin, your kisses are as sweet as honey, and so is her what? A, love, B, money, C, voice, D, hug. Money. Yeah. I think this is an appropriate way to end this show for sure. Yes, money is the correct answer. Money is the correct answer. All right, y'all. Money is the correct answer. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Please don't forget to share this once we end it today. We want to get more people on. And go to my TikTok page. I know TikTok's supposed to be ending TikTok in the United States, but we can get our numbers up over there in TikTok. So go to TikTok, sign in. What up, cuz? Okay, cuz. Yep, thank you. Hopefully we can see you on Sunday. But go to TikTok. It's Let's Argue. Like the page over there. Get our numbers up. Let's flood TikTok. And don't forget to share this content. We want to get more people on the show. I thank everybody from tuning in. I'm out of here. I got some snow I need to go shovel and put some salt down. I will see y'all next time. Oh, we'll be back later on today. I want to say at 6. Yeah, so we'll be back later on today at 6 discussing this same topic. See you guys later on today. So if you didn't get a chance to comment this afternoon, I'll see you later on today at 6 o'clock. All right, y'all. Deuces. I'm out of here.